all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, how we doing, everybody? Y'all able to hear me clearly? Had a little tech snafu. Right when I was going to go live, it's like, why are you tripping? Little piece. There we go. Okay, so we're going to kind of watch together a video. Now, usually this type of video for me would be a video rather than a live stream. But I thought that we should watch it together so that I could kind of go through each point. Now, there's a popular podcast, No Fugazi podcast, and it's in the same ilk as the Whatever podcast and the Fresh and Fit podcast, where you invite a bunch of different women and you have basically the same conversation. So in this particular one, and there have been other ones where, he got to kick the chick out and blah, 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 blah. But I thought this one was interesting just as a case study to demonstrate everything wrong with the modern hyena. Okay. So the one in question over here is the one with the sunglasses on her head. Now I have not watched the full episode of this. But I definitely wanted to talk about this one. And it just sort of stuck out to me. So we're just going to pick up. It kind of picks up mid-conversation a little bit, but you won't be lost as to what is being discussed. You're not going to be lost. So here we go.
Why don't you let men in your studio while we do live?
Oh, okay. So I guess one of the ladies came with a gentleman. Anytime ladies bring a guy, like a guy could drive here, he could hang out in the background. But when we're live and we're recording, we don't allow guys in the studio because, for hazard reasons. One, if y'all get emotional, no one panties get in a bunch, right? Say you catch an attitude, you get emotional. I don't like, okay. I had a girl here that tried to swing on me before. Really? She was emotional. She was wilding. I was like dipped on her shots and I was like, all right, be going, bye. It was not a big issue, right? I would never put my hand on a woman. If a man gets emotional, I got to take out my blicky. It's going to be an issue, right? And we live. So with that being said, we don't allow guys in the studio because an emotional man is a dangerous man. An emotional woman, that's just another day, right? So you're attracted to both sexes. You're attracted to men and women.
I've been attracted to women first.
Got it.
Don't matter.
Fair enough.
That's problem number one. Problem number one. is that she is attracted to both men and women. Listen, whatever, but that's problematic though from certain different perspectives, not only just a spiritual perspective, but when we mix it with being a modern day hyena, it's a recipe for chaos. That's a recipe for chaos. No wonder men think that all female sexuality is fluid like that. No wonder men think that. Because you got so many modern day hyenas that swing the door both ways. And you can't tell me that it is just an impulse you can't control and you need to be under a specific banner because this is you can't help it, you were born this way. These things are choices. These are choices. These decisions for women to be with other women is just to fulfill some sexual fantasy or desire that they have. Okay. And it doesn't hurt them that men also fantasize about that for whatever reason. I don't get the appeal. But men fantasize about women being with other women and how they can join into it, or maybe they just want to watch it, or just the idea of it. It's too much porn is what it is. People don't watch too much porn and now it's a fantasy and now they gotta try it. You know what I'm saying? Well, want to see what it's like. I personally don't get it. And I've stated this before. I don't get that. I don't get the attraction of women with other women. I don't get that. As a proud owner of a Miss Kitty that is very well taken care of, always has been, I would never, do you understand me? Hell hath frozen over and the ice caps have melted completely. Okay. World War VI is at a close. The day that I will ever find any I wonder how it would be to deal with another woman's Miss Kitty. Oh, baby, bye. I know too much about what they go through because I have one. So I personally don't get it. But when you talk about that and you mix it with the climate of being a modern hyena, it is nothing more than a recipe for chaos and foolishness. It's just another added ingredient to the foolish pot. That's all it is. That's all that it is. And it's like people don't get how dangerous that actually is. They think it's just, both men and women think it's just the fulfillment of a fantasy. It's harmless. There's nothing more, you know what I'm saying? It's also like men be feeling like they ain't getting cheated on because it's another female. And so therefore she's quote unquote not getting penetrated and you know what I'm saying and all that kind of stuff. So it's not the same as if she's being dealt with a guy. And it's not the same. It's worse. It's worse. It's actually worse because at least a man can compete with another man's masculine energy and his energy and all that kind of stuff. But you can't deal with that. That's just like a woman can't deal with a man and like men. Can't deal with a man that also like men. Because I'm not a man. I can't do nothing for you. Once that urge hits you where you just want to be in the presence of another man, as a man, what I'm about to do with that? Nothing. So the same thing, when she gets the urge to just be in the presence of feminine energy sexually, there's nothing you can do about that.
You're attracted to both.
Mhm.
So in your current relationship, is it open on your end? Like your man allows you to sleep with other women?
Yeah.
What about other men?
Um,
If you kind of want.
as long as
As long as he get to watch.
listen, if they not doing what he's doing, then there's no need for them to like even partake in any activities with me.
What that mean? As long
So
as he get to
meaning
watch,
that-
or what does that mean?
If they're not matching his standards, like my man takes care of everything, my bills,
Yeah.
the kids, everything that if I call him right now and I need anything, he's
About
gonna
the
send it to
bedroom?
me.
Okay.
So when it comes to me dealing with another man, yeah, we have open relationships, so he can deal with whoever he wants to deal with. So we have
Is he bisexual or he straight?
No, he's not bisexual. Oh. Baby, I like a real man.
Okay.
All right, a real man. I'm not dealing with anyone.
Well, you
no
saying-
discrimination to any man
I
that
got
does
something
like
for you,
both.
right? You saying you like a real man. I would say that a real man wouldn't allow his woman, not even allow, wouldn't get into a serious relationship with the woman that is open on her end and other men are smashing her.
I'm not smashing no one else. I've soon like when I got with him
Yeah.
for 3 years, I've only went with him.
But you've been with other girls.
Other girls. I've had a girlfriend, 2 girlfriends.
Two
And-
girlfriends.
and between.
Okay, pimpin'.
And he known about he
Yeah.
has known about it. They know about
Chaos. Okay. Chaos. I don't know why. See, this is a product of all of this love who you want to love and the leaving of the actual values of marriages and relationships and no longer feeling like upkeeping those gender roles and things of that nature, feeling like those things are of the past. They are old fashioned. Nobody needs them anymore. And everybody can just sort of get together and we just make up what we want to do. And then we do that. And then we get mad when the relationships don't work out. We make up our own rules to it. And then it's like, oh, well, that didn't work because we were making up rules according to our nuffs. We was making up rules according to our low base desires. That's what we was making. We was making rules according to our base, lowest vibrational thoughts and feelings and desires. So we were giving in to those things. So we were trying to create rules of engagement so that we could engage in that stuff, but at some point still have what we would consider to be at its core a traditional relationship, because she just said he pays for everything, he take care of everything, he take care of the kids, da 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 da. So that means that there's a part of that. And this is the thing that you got to pay attention to. No matter how modern these women get, and sometimes even the men, no matter how modern these hyenas get, they always want that core traditional value. Right? So no matter how wild we make this relationship, the woman always wants the guy to take care of everything financially, or else she don't feel this way and that way. And no matter how wild the relationship, the dude still wants this woman that he allows to go out into the world and fool with other people and do all this other stuff that has nothing to do with a traditional relationship. He still wants her to be submissive, and he still wants her to follow his lead, and he still wants her to give of herself in the same way that a traditional lioness would give of herself in a relationship. And it can't happen. It can't happen. Because you operating in a bad construct. You're operating your relationship and you've built it under the lost value system where there is no such thing as paying attention to your internal values to build character and integrity, to make sure you two are good, upstanding people with good character and good integrity and a good head on your shoulders and a sense of accountability and a sense of responsibility to this, and you taking things seriously. See, this is all mixing up. So you're unable to have the security of a traditional relationship and the freedom of these, I make up whatever rules we making up here and now and call it a relationship. You want your cake and eat it too. She thinks that she's living she's in a good space. Here she has, on the one hand, a man that is quote unquote holding her down. He's paying for stuff, That part is traditional. And you heard what she said. I don't even want to fool with a man that's not doing that part. But I thought we was being carefree, footloose, and fancy free. That's what I thought. No, we like that part to be traditional. We like that part. The part where you get taken care of because your nature as a woman, you want to be secured. Is that what we're saying? Is that what I'm hearing? That your nature as a woman didn't actually change, just your behavior? Because you want to do what you want to do? Well, he can mess with whoever he messing with. Girl, that ain't about nothing. That ain't about nothing either. She think that makes it equal. She actually thinks that makes it better.
About him.
I would say the same.
Completely.
Though.
So
my answer would be the same. I mean, a real man wouldn't allow his girl. He wouldn't take a girl serious that a girl wants to have other girlfriends or guy friends. So that girl's gonna be for the streets. A
why
real
does
man.
That make him fake?
I'll
because he's open to allow me to explore my sexuality instead of keeping me boxed in, closed in. He's open. I'm open to bringing someone into the relationship. Mm-hmm. So if he's like, listen, if that's what makes you happy, then I want you to be happy, and I'm gonna be happy. I've always been attracted to women first. Yeah. You know, since
during your relationship with this man, you never had sex with another guy?
No.
No. You never had a desire?
No.
Yeah, you probably seen a guy that was maybe attractive. You're like,
Listen, at my day and age, I'm 36. Like, I'm soon to be 40. Like, that's how I look at it. When you round it up to the nearest 10th, baby, I'm damn near 40. You feel me?
Fair enough.
And it's like, it's not enough out there for me. Like, I'm good where I'm at with him. You understand? So when it comes to
okay, I'm pausing it because she thinks this is better. She thinks she ain't for the streets because it's females. That's what she thinks. Which I'm not inclined to believe that she's never been with another man, although she answered that pretty fast. Usually they hesitate when they lying. But she might have just understood that he was watching, so better not say that. But she actually thinks it's better for her to be for the streets because it's women, quote unquote, in the streets that she's in. So she doesn't think that that's very impactful to her personally, nor to her relationship, because it's females. So what does he have to worry about? He doesn't have to compete with another man. He's just sort of not competing. He's just sort of standing back while I deal with other women. I've had 2 girlfriends. So you've gotten more involved with a woman, at least on 2 different occasions, more than just a sexual liaison here and there. You call yourself was in an actual relationship with a chick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all spending time. So the energy that you should have been giving in a traditional relationship to your man, you were splitting that energy with another woman. And she thinks that's better. She thinks she's on a better like trajectory here. This makes her, in her mind, less of a slut, and it makes her a little bit more honorable. There's no honor in any of it. All of it is crazy. All of that crazy. I notice only hyenas like to move like this. Only hyenas like to move like this. But I could just be with another woman and then it should be okay. And it, girl. And as we go on, we got about 5 minutes before a break. As we go on, she's going to prove why the man that she's with is one of 2 things or a little bit of both. He's either a simp that just takes the foolishness that she do, or she's a placeholder. He like her to a certain degree, but as soon as he find another chick, he's out of there. He ain't really paying her no mind. She thinks she's all good, but if he's dealing with other women on a regular basis, he gonna try to find another woman. Hopefully he finds another hyena to deal with. Why you say that, Crimson Cure? Why you say that? Because if he's a simp, he don't need to be bothering no lioness. You need to be bothering no lioness. You a simp. You'll do anything. Okay? Leave lionesses out of it. Because you a simp. As our good sis Danica would call them, you a simp lollipoppy. Leave lionesses alone. Lionesses is for lions. And if you're the type of dude that would just sit around and allow some chick to just do anything, that means you lack system, order, and structure, and you lack a sense. To me, he lacks, just by her describing how this relationship go, he also lacks a sense of self-worth. Lionesses don't need that either. Because, see, you took that off of her. No need in going to another woman acting like you don't take that, because yes, you do. That's your level right there. Masculine. She want to be in charge, and she want to run over you in the relationship, and you gonna let her. Don't get nowhere else with another woman, and all of a sudden, your standards is you, and she bet not do, and she, boy, bye. Your standards, okay, is lower than an anthill. I don't want to hear that. You with your standard, been with her for a good 3 years. You need healing after that. In any case. Because you need to go on a journey to figure out your self-worth as a man. Because ain't no way. And Cooley gonna start talking about this guy's masculinity, and he's gonna be right. when he talks about that. So who is this guy? And what kind of value do he see in himself that this is the situation and he's subjecting himself to? Because he's co-signing this stuff. He co-signing it. And he co-signing it. There's some, whether she's lying about certain specifics, she ain't lying about the whole thing, because she done got on national TV to tell everybody that, knowing she got to go back and look this man in his face. So she not completely lying about everything. She might be lying about a few details. But I done talked them 5 minutes. So let's go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come back. So after these messages, we'll be right back, because everybody needs to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. We are in the last legs and the dog days of summer. Ain't that what they call them? The dog days of summer. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get a little bit hotter before it get cooler. So we still out here in sandals and sundresses, tank tops and shorts. So you need your skin to be looking and feeling and smelling its absolute best. And the only way you can do that is going to ashkicking.com, picking up this wonderful body butter. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Don't know how many likes I need, but I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me get to the super chats. Thank you. Reset button says, men, should we blame the sexy red types on the raising of mothers by using the term like daughter, like mother when referring to 304s? It ain't always the outwardly ratchet ones. It's actually the ones that's not outwardly ratchet, but they got feminist mindsets. Those are actually the most dangerous. Hey, Miss Mia said, do women hold studs to the same standards they hold men to? I don't think they do, because I don't think studs got to be 6 feet or have 100K. You understand? I don't think they do. Thank you, Jared, for becoming Gerard, for becoming a member of the channel.
Now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you so much, Bakish, for your super sticker. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you so much, KW Don. Saying enter into a relationship with a woman with convoluted sexuality is a recipe for disaster. It is. Thank you, Asar the Eternal. Said, peep out, she can't handle him being bisexual. She wants a real man. My ex was on the same mess, and when I asked if she would date a bisexual man, she didn't have much to say. It's stupid. Hey, Ms. Lawrence says, sneaking into the bathroom at work to listen. So happy to catch you live. Oh, thank you so much. That's sending love on you and Big On. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You have a good shift, sweetie. And hey, Miss Betcha was at 40. She should be auntie, not trying to compete with Nisi. What a disgrace. And thank you, said true lioness wouldn't give a guy like him the time of day. Thank you, Black Goku. Said, notice the simps will defend hyenas like this, but never make a video defending good women like Simone Biles. I don't know what they got against that poor girl. I don't know what they got against that poor girl. Simone Biles Owens. I don't know what they got against that poor girl. All she do is flip, get medals, and be married. That's all she do. Simone don't bother nobody. She flipped at the Olympics. Okay. She win gold medals. She be the best gymnast on the floor. And then she be married. That's all she be doing. And they hate that. woman ain't bothering nobody. I don't wish her nothing but the best. Her and her husband. I hope they maintain a happy, healthy, fulfilling marriage for the both of them forever and ever. That's what I hope. Yeah, that's what they don't like. She won't be a boss chick. She do boss chick stuff, but she won't be a hyena boss chick. She won't do that. That you exactly right, Bathsheba. That's why they be mad at her. That's why they be mad at her. Because she doing what they consider to be boss chick stuff. She ain't doing nothing but what a lioness go out there and tear up the world and come back to her house. And still maintain a sense of being humble and, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's modest and things of that nature. She ain't somewhere study bragging and study, you know what I'm saying? Acting a fool and all that kind of. She don't do that. She just as sweet as she want to be. Little bitty little old thing. Outflip anybody. They want her to, yeah, black girl power. And yes, hunty, they want her to be ratchet. She ain't doing that. She a lioness. Let her go on be a lioness. They mad she won't have them lashes on. And she won't wear them wigs and all that kind of stuff. They be mad at her for that. You know, she won't tear her husband down. And, you know what I'm saying? She won't be slick about her husband on a tweet. And, you know, and let them kind of talk about him and, quote unquote, say what she too scared to say. She won't do it. See, she won't do it. And she young. So she ain't out here in the streets. She get in an interview and act like she got education and sense and like she been raised by somebody. I like her. I like Miss Simone. Yeah, they love Sha'Carri. They love Sha'Carri. But I'll say this about Sha'Carri. Although I do not consider Sha'Carri a lioness at all, I will say this about Sha'Carri, though, and I'm going to get back to the subject at hand. I am proud of Sha'Carri for one reason. I'm proud of Sha'Carri Richardson for one reason. Because I had a lot to say about her when she messed up her opportunity the first time to go to the Olympics by smoking weed and being reckless and being careless with her decision making. And so you will blow your future for a moment or two of just chilling and not taking things as seriously as you should take them. And I'm proud of her for one reason. The only reason that I'm saying I'm proud of Sha'Carri Richardson is because it seems like she went back and straightened it out. Straighten yourself out and come back, because she had a lot of talk about how good she was, but it was the proof wasn't in the pudding. Okay. And so what I saw was a woman with a lot of athletic talent, but ego too big and don't think she got to do the work to get there. Somebody must have sat her down for real and was like, Miss Sha'Carri, if you want to be the person that you think you can be at these Olympics and track and field, then you're going to have to shut your mouth and you're going to have to go over there and do this work. And we don't want to hear nothing else. Show better than you can tell. Show the world who you are better than you can tell them. And seemed like she did that. Because Sha'Carri been tearing it up. Team USA all day, because I like to watch track and field. I like to watch the ladies run. That relay race, Oh, baby, they killed that relay race, baby. They killed that relay race, baby. They killed that relay race, baby. I be watching clips of that over and over. I said, ooh, they tore that up, baby. They tore that up because the Jamaicans been running it, baby, for years now. The Jamaicans been running it. Especially Shelly Ann Frazier and all the Jamaicans been running that. But Team USA, the ladies, I was like, go ahead on, y'all ladies. Go ahead on. I like the Olympics. I do like certain, you know what I'm saying, like the Summer Olympics. I like track and field and things of that nature. So they tore it up, and I was proud of the ladies for that. Oh, baby, TT Terry. They wouldn't, she closed that gap quick. Oh, y'all ain't finna, she said, oh, y'all ain't finna do it today. And one more thing about the Olympics before I go. The brother, Quincy, what's the brother name? Quincy Harris, I want to say what the brother name. And he was running his, what was it, the 200 meter or the one of the meters, 200 or 4, Quincy Hall. That brother there. He was running like this. He said, forget the form. Forget the form. He was running like this, y'all. About the end of that. He was like, but he made it across that finish line first. I tell you that much. Tell you that much. He said, not today. I'm gonna win today. I'm winning today. Today is the day that I'm gonna win. I don't care what I look like coming across that finish line. I'm gonna come across it first. I bet you that. The brother did his thing too. Anyway, let me get back to the topic at hand. Right. The form was crazy, but he came across that finish line with that little crazy form. He was running in the hood. That was hood running. So the brothers and the sisters was doing their thing at the Olympics. You know, good luck to all of them. But anyway, let's get back.
The females, that's just something that it's just like, not to say like that, but it's like a hobby to me. Like, I love females. Like, I love to have a friendship with them. I love to go on trips. We can do hair, we can do nails together, things of that nature. And if things get a little sticky, icky, like it get a little sticky, icky, but I don't indulge where I keep him completely like cut off. So it's like he still gets the affection, the love, everything that he needs from me. You understand? So he never lacks when it comes to me.
Oh, you think he doesn't?
He doesn't.
I can assure you.
And if he ever felt like he did lack, baby,
I can assure you he
baby,
does.
we could bring another girl. We could bring another baby in here.
So
like,
we
can do this.
You
understand? Like, I'm the type of person that we can have this conversation where if you want to bring another female in this, it's gonna be like a reality show.
We're
gonna go through the casting.
This is the problem with her mentality. She's telling you the problem with her mentality. She's convinced that he doesn't need anything else from her other than what she gives. And because he hasn't had a conversation with her about what she lacks and what she's not doing and things of that nature, that she believes that he's not lacking anything from her. He get the love and affection and And Cooley trying to tell her, no, it is stuff missing. And then you heard what she said. I'm going to run it back. Because she said, if we ever had to have that conversation, we can put another baby in it. I'm going to run it back so y'all can hear this foolishness. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the line of foolishness that she came with.
Like, I'm the type of person that we can have this conversation, baby. So he never lacks when it comes to me.
Oh, you think he doesn't?
He doesn't.
I can assure you.
And if he ever felt like he did lack, baby,
I can assure you he
baby,
does.
we could bring
I'll
another
explain
girl.
it to you.
We could bring another baby
Got
in
you.
here.
So how it
Like
works
we
with
can
men.
do this.
Got you.
You
Look.
understand? Like I'm the type of person that we can have this conversation where if you want to bring another female in this, it's gonna be like a reality show.
And that's that again, part of the problem. You think that if he lacks something from you, that the answer is to bring another woman in to fulfill the places that you don't fulfill. Now, if a man tell you I need another woman because you don't feel the places, all the places that I fulfill, you want to be hurt. She'll want to be hurt then. Feelings will get hurt. If he tell her, I love you, you cool, we can continue to do this, but I need another woman that give me what you don't give me. What is it that I don't give you? Well, I need a woman smaller than you. I like them smaller than you. I mean, you cute and everything, but I like a woman a little bit more in shape than you. And I like, you know what I'm saying, one that look a little bit different, and or I like one that's more exclusive. See, now if he tell her that, her feelings will be hurt. And this be the problem, because these chicks think that she thinks that what she's doing is controlling the narrative of whether or not she's enough in her relationship, and whether or not, based on whether she's enough or not, whether he cheat or not. So she's trying to beat him to the punch by saying, you can have other women, I'll deal with only other women. That's the compromise. And you know, as long as I know about it, then you can't be said to be cheating on me. And also, I don't have to do anything further or do anything more to improve myself to reach your standards. So I don't have to be what I need to be, because anything that I'm lacking, you have my permission to go out and get it from another woman. Now she'll be hurt. She done had 2 girlfriends. Now she'll be hurt if he get a girlfriend, not a chick he smashed, but a woman he care about. Feelings will be hurt. Feelings will be hurt then. Well, why is she still around? Because I love her. Oh, baby, bye. Feelings will be hurt then. Why do y'all sit up here and act like you would not do polygyny? Yes, you do. And they think that making that little caveat means something. Well, if he can have more, then I need to be able to have more than one too, and do my thing too. They think that that makes it better or equivalent, or that they feelings not going to get hurt if that's the case. And your feelings still going to get hurt if he come back to you and it be 3 months in, 6 months in, 8 months in, and he don't really mess with nobody else besides you but her. Now you're going to be trying to figure out, do he love her? Yep. And I don't care how fair a man try to be, he going to compare notes between the 2 women. I don't care how fair he try to be. And I'm not saying that men don't try to be fair a lot of times in them instances, but it's not going to matter. He's going to like one more than the other. Women are not prepared to hear the answer to that. So I might as well not even broach that subject. And he's going to compare notes. And that's what's going to determine which one he like more. Because he's going to like one more than the other. Now, that don't mean he's not going to love the other one, but he's going to like one more than the other. And it just is what it is. Her whole world will crumble. Her whole world will crumble if he tell her that the chick he been dealing with for the last 6 months, he in love with her. and he think that he wants to move her in. I'm willing for another woman to come into the relationship. Are you now? You willing for her to be at the same level you're at or better? You willing to do that too? Because see, they don't be willing to do that. They be willing to do that only if they can maintain a higher status, quote unquote, than the other chick. But what if you don't? What if he raised the other chick to your status or better? Now what? Now are you still down with him having another woman into the relationship? Yeah, right. Women talk a whole lot of mess and don't be about standing on none of that business. Stand on none of it. They don't stand on none of it. Especially a hyena. She don't stand on no business. Hyenas stand on stupid business. They don't stand on the real business. The chaos will continue. She gets more chaotic as this go on.
That's
We're gonna go
different.
to the casting.
Yeah,
We're
I'll explain it to you,
who
Nay.
we want into this dynamic.
I'll give you a perspective. So here's how it goes.
Everything, you know,
with a real man, right? A man of masculinity, a man that stands for something. He just doesn't fall for anything. He stands for something. That real man, he understands the dynamics of his value. He understands that he has value, right? And he also understands the dynamics of the relationship. And it's either his way or the highway, meaning that he has options. He can replace you easily. You are not the prize. He's the prize in a relationship. That's how the real relationship goes.
Okay.
Also, with that being said, in that dynamic, a woman can only serve one master. She can't serve multiple people. So if a man is in a relationship with the woman, you're saying that, well, I could still love him the same, cook for him the same, and do these things the same for him. But meanwhile, you're giving another woman attention, maybe submitting to another woman or dominating another woman. What is it, scissoring? It's not really dominating there, but it's still sexuality. You're giving your sexuality, right? You're giving your main agency, right? Your main commodity up to another woman. What do you want from a man? You want security, protecting, providing. Of course, you want the vibes. You want him to make you feel good. But the main thing is security. What does the man want from you? Sex and submissiveness. And you giving one of the things up. I would say you giving both of them up because you're, having sexual relations with someone else. Man. So therefore, he's giving you all of him, which is protecting and providing. No, it's open on his end. He can dick someone else down, but he's not giving up his main agency to another woman. He's just only giving that other woman dick. But your main agency that you're supposed to be giving him, you're also giving up to someone else. So you're saying that, well, I could still be in and give him everything. Well, no, you can't, because you can't serve two masters. You're giving up your entire baseline to another person. It just doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work the same way for a man. So if I allow him to say, okay, you can deal with whoever you want to deal with on the side. He's not giving up for me. You understand? Like, what makes him less of
that dynamic?
What did you say?
What makes him less of a man?
What makes him less of a man? Because he chooses how he decides to live his life. You have your opinion on what you feel like.
No, I'm just saying
a man is.
No, what I'm saying. I'm saying this, right?
Because I want to read it.
I'm saying this.
I love to read.
A real man. That woman wouldn't even have eyes for another woman or a man, because she would see him as everything. So I'm telling you that he's really not that real man.
That's fantasy, baby.
That's not no fantasy.
We live in reality. 2024. We're not living in the early 1900s. Like, we in 2024, baby.
Just the fact that you said that your man would allow you to get your cheeks clapped by someone else.
By a female.
Well, you said by another man.
I feel like he said it because, a lot, you guys, men, all of you guys, you have a lot of ego. So yeah, if I bring up the topic and it's like, all right, I'll let you do whatever you want to do. So like, if I ever decided to be with another man,
that's the opposite of ego.
No, that's his ego. Go do what you want to go do. Because when I go do it, he might turn around and say, you know what? I'm done with you, even though he gave me that pass.
Okay, Nay, let me explain to you.
Manipulated.
Got it. Let me explain to you how it's the opposite of.
Go do you.
Nay, I got it. I understand. Let me explain to you how it's the opposite of ego.
So overstand for me. Go ahead.
Cool.
And the combativeness is starting to come out more and more as the conversation moves on. I'm going to fast forward. See how convoluted it is when you're not following any set value system, when you're not following essentially what the Most High told us to do in terms of relationships. And people may not agree with that. Well, you don't have to do relationships the way that, you know what I'm saying, like God say you got to do it. You can just do it kind of the way, you know, and everybody got, no. It really only ever works for the benefit of both people involved to do it the way God told us to do that. Whether we talking about monogamy or polygyny, especially, well, really both, really both. But I'm gonna say especially polygyny. I've never seen that work other than under the structure and the rules that Allah said that it's got to work. Rules and regulations about how that goes. Other than that, I have never seen it work to all parties' benefit. Ever. Block, rejoice, block that.
You just said that, well, it's his ego. He can do whatever he wants on his end. So it's like, well, I have an ego. Yeah, go ahead, girl, do whatever you want. That's not ego. He's not secure in his position in a relationship to set boundaries and say, hey, I don't want you talking to other women and other men. So therefore, he is insecure, and it is an ego. He lacks ego. He lacks confidence.
No.
Why would he feel
lacks
insecure?
manhood.
Boundaries.
Why would he
No.
feel insecure about another woman?
What do you
Right, when
mean?
he wants to be a part of it.
You just said that. Why would he feel insecure? Why would he feel insecure about another woman?
It's very simple. I said that if the man understands his real men understand their value, right? So real men don't pedestalize women. They don't, aren't thirsty for women.
Mhm.
The other lady's question further solidifies the point of how stupid it all is. Why would he be threatened by another woman? They so steeped in their own bad behavior that they can't understand why they bad behavior is bad behavior and why other people would be not going for it. Because somebody else in the relationship is somebody else in the relationship. Aren't these the same chicks that only want monogamy? When a relationship get real, aren't these the same ones that only want monogamy? Right.
Teachings of Muslim of Islam.
No. But back to the conversation. Y'all trying to throw it all.
How would they feel like insecure? I think
He's telling me if I'm right or wrong, because I want y'all to tell me. All right, wrong. But I'm just saying that he could be out clapping cheeks, but he's not giving up his baseline. He's not providing and protecting for these other girls. Is he?
No.
No. So he's not giving up his baseline. But she, on the other hand, her baseline is sexuality and submissiveness. So even if it's a girl, she's giving up her sexuality to someone else and she's being submissive to someone else.
No.
If it's a man, that's even worse. She's like doing the most ultimate form of submission. Yeah. She's being dominated. So what I'm saying is, it's not a fair deal. And not only that, it's like that man that will allow that, he's just not a real man. Wow. He just isn't.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
It
No.
makes sense to me.
To me, it doesn't.
All right, fair enough.
To me, it doesn't, because
Okay.
that's your ideology on that topic. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how you perceive what you want in a relationship as a man. You understand? Other men are more open, just like some females aren't open to threesomes and things in that nature. So men go out and cheat 1,000
But
times
remember
and
when
1,000 times.
I know, but
and
like
me, I'm like, hey, listen, I like the same thing you like. So instead of you cheating, and instead of, you know, me
Yeah.
cheating, like let's just come together and do it
remember in the
together.
beginning.
Was I right or was I right? That statement right there let us know what we needed to know. She thinks she's controlling it. Instead of him cheating and me cheating, we just come together and do it. She thinks she's controlling the narrative and the outcomes to minimize how she feel or how she thinks she would feel in a monogamous relationship. And I'm going to say something else as well. She knows that she don't have what it takes to uphold a monogamous relationship to begin with. She knows she's not even worthy for a man to not cheat on her. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that. But this chick, she knows that she's not, you're not qualified, queen. I need to get that as a meme. You're not qualified, queen. She not qualified to not be cheated on. And the reason why she not qualified to not be cheated on is because she knows that she's not going to be able to do what a wife would do. This is why she's not a wife. And this is why she's the one that's got to settle for this type of arrangement. She thinks that she's creating it and controlling it. The only reason this man ain't set no boundaries for her is because he like, let her, if she want to think she's winning, let her think that. Because that help her sleep at night. I'm able to get what I want to get out of her, whatever that is. So let her be able to sleep at night, because the reality is that she's a side chick at best. She's a side chick at best. She don't got what it takes. She need to come back to her deen, because she gonna say later on that her father is Muslim and raised her Muslim. I don't know where it all went off the track. You need to make Tawbah and come back to Allah, because you way out of the way. You way out of the way publicly. So the way that you are behaving, you are a side chick at best, and that's really it. You lucky that you're even in this position, that he even pay a mind to like kind of take care of you, because really he could have just pumped and dumped you 3 years ago.
I said, when a man understands his value, some men don't understand.
That's his value. Like his
let me
value is
finish real
high.
quick.
Trust me.
I got you. Most how life goes is competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And when you truly got that truly genuine confidence because you accomplished some things, you got options. When you got options, time out, you have an abundance mindset. When you have the abundance mindset and it's actually not narcissistic, you know what a true narcissist is? Yes. A narcissist is someone that acts like they accomplished goals, but they really didn't accomplish anything. Their confidence is fake. It isn't pure. So when a man truly accomplished things and his confidence is pure, he got options because other chicks want him. Other chicks see him. It kind of, he got this aura that just comes off of him. And guess what he has? He has the ability to be intolerant of females' inadequacies. So he's not going to tolerate certain things from women. You know why? Because he understands his value. I'm telling her that her man doesn't understand his value because he don't even know his own baseline. He don't know his chick baseline that she giving it up to other people. He don't understand his value.
Because it's a female that he doesn't understand. Okay, let's go back to the narcissist, right? Because a narcissist falls under an umbrella, right? You have many traits of a narcissist. When we talking about a man in a man's position, we got to talk about a faithful man, a man that's standing on 10 toes, a man that know his business, a man that's going to sit there and hold down his female no matter what.
Yeah,
no matter when it comes to, no matter if you go broke, you're never going to change on her. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real man.
Well, most
my dad is a, hold on.
Most
I'm talking.
men, when they
remember we had them rules in the beginning, right? My dad is a real man, and he lives by that haram that you speak of. You understand? Muslim since the day I was born. My middle name is Saouda. Black is beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean. That's what I stand for. Black is beautiful, baby. You understand? So when you speak of a real man, you're speaking of my father. That's a real man.
So why don't you date a man like your father?
Oh, I'm looking for a man like my daddy. I'm looking for like a man like my daddy.
Heard what she said. Go back. They started laughing. Hard to hear. Listen.
When you speak of a real man, you're speaking of my father. That's a real man.
So why don't you date a man like your father?
Oh, I'm looking for a man like my daddy.
I'm looking for a man like my dad. No, you're not. That statement is two things. She knows that everything Cooley just said about the guy she with is real. Because if you thought his value was as high as you're trying to convince everybody else is, when he said, why don't you look for a man like, why don't you get a man like your father? She would have said, I have a man like my dad. But instead, she says, I'm looking for a man like my father. You understand? See, when you are living under the lost value system, where your spirituality carries no truth, she's not living in the truth of Islam. She's not living in the truth. She's buried that. Whatever her father tried to instill in her, she took that and stomped on it. Because she's living her life in a way that likely is almost 100% contrary to the life that her father and the values that her father tried to give to her. Because if her dad is Muslim and he tried to raise her as a Muslim, or he raised her in deen, then everything that she's doing right now is 100% against all of those values. So therefore, her spiritual value at this time holds no truth. It holds no truth. It holds no truth. She's not living in the truth of that. She certainly, just by the conversation that she's having, she's certainly not living by deen at all. Like, not even a little bit. Not even a little. This is how you know when people are in the lost value system. Always check their spiritual value. And if there's no truth in it, if they're not paying no attention to their internal values, lost value system. I don't care who they are. And I don't care how much you love them or like them.
man like my daddy. But
Then
me,
the guy like
I'm
your
not.
father. You talking about your father, real man?
It's
You
really
just
not that
submitted-
many.
Time out.
It's really not
You
that
just
many.
admitted that your man isn't a
It's
real
just being
man. That your
honest.
father is a real man.
Yes, character, bro.
Yeah, but you just admitted.
Character.
Time out.
A man
Pause.
doesn't
Stop.
because
Rewind.
what
Let's
you
bring it back.
convert and who you
Look,
claim to be makes
real
you
quick.
a real man. A real man is what you stand by and what you live by every
Got it.
single
Real
day.
quick, real quick.
My father is a man that wakes
I
up
got
and he's
you.
peaceful. He prays for me. He sends me good energy.
I got it, Nay.
That's
I
a
got
man.
it, Nay. Calm down.
Not
Listen.
a man that's gonna sit here and tell a female you can't have a male friend
I got
because
you, Nay.
I'm too
I got
little
you. I got
for you to have something
Let's bring
so
it
big.
back. Let's bring it back.
Let's
One
bring
mic
it
at a
back, bring
time.
it forward, bring
And
it
also,
sideways, baby. I'm ready for
real
you.
quick, Nay, when you speaking and not cut you off, I'm the host. You got to stop talking. We're not gonna go on these long
I'm not gonna
rants.
stop talking because you the host. Because when you speak, I give you nothing but respect.
Time out. If you're not
Nothing but
gonna,
respect.
it's very simple, Nay. If you're
And I
not
ain't
going
leaving.
to,
So we gonna sit here. We gonna debate all day, baby. I'm a
Nay,
boy.
fair enough. Fair enough.
This is why she can't be a wife. This is why she can't be a wife. She's so busy trying to be a boss chick and trying to prove that she do what she want to do and she ain't got to do what no punk Negro talking about. She's so invested in that she's not even carrying a conversation like a normal human being, like a civilized human being. She's not even carrying a conversation. You speak, then I have enough common courtesy and etiquette to not speak when you're speaking, because I don't want you to do what? Overtalk me when I'm speaking. And he didn't. She went on a long tirade and he didn't interrupt her. But I do have to, it's my show. So I do have to pause you so that a conversation can be had and not a monologue. And she cannot even have a rational conversation like a normal human being. And this is the part that I hate about feminism. Because chicks be so invested in the whole I'm a woman and you can't tell me, that they lose their humanity, and then they lose the humanity of other people as well. They lose their own humanity, and then they also can't see the humanity of other people. So she can't even have a conversation because she's so invested in the I ain't gotta listen to what no ninja got to say narrative.
Baby, I
That's
love
what you think.
You gonna love me too.
Yeah, these are the rules of the podcast, and all the girls heard.
So only the host could speak
Time
when
out.
everyone else
Listen,
is talking.
you still speaking over me.
Okay, I'm just asking.
When I'm speaking,
clarification,
and you going on these long rants, I
Why?
already understand.
Because you want to cut me off when you don't like
Wait,
what you
time
hear.
out. You still speaking while I'm speaking?
I am.
Got it. Slow it down.
All right.
Right. So when I'm speaking, stop speaking.
All right.
If
So
you
when I'm speaking, you stop speaking.
That isn't how it goes.
That's how it goes on my book.
Okay.
When I signed up to come here,
got it.
and I signed up for me to be on this video,
Cool,
that's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be disrespected, and that's why you don't like men on your podcast. Let's talk about it.
No, I explained that in the beginning.
No, because you want to disrespect women.
Who did I disrespect today?
Let's talk about it. No, you want to belittle people.
Did
and
I
I'm the
belittle
one
anybody
to
today?
belittle you first.
He didn't belittle
Who did
you,
I
though.
belittle today?
He didn't disrespect
No, I'm just
you.
saying. I
It seems
watch a
like
lot
you're
of your
being very
podcasts, and I'm
emotional
just
right
saying
now.
I'm not very emotional at all. You don't see any tears.
I mean, well, it seems
My
like
lashes
you're
are
being
still
emotional.
intact. Make
I
it
got
feel
you.
good, baby. And I'm
I got you. So,
y'all got my veneers?
Nay, here's how it's gonna
Me and
go.
hibachi.
I got you. Here's how this gonna go. Right. When I'm speaking, now this is gonna be a little bit disrespectful
Go ahead.
because
Talk your
you've been
shit, big dog.
disrespectful. When I'm speaking,
I got
shut
family
up.
out here. I got
That's
family out
totally
here.
fine.
All right,
When
when
I'm
I'm speaking
speaking,
the
shut
same
Got it.
shit. Shut up.
Got it. You just admitted that.
Don't invite nobody on your podcast.
You just admitted that your man ain't that man. That your father is that man.
No, he is that man.
No, he ain't. Your man isn't that man. You just admitted that.
Care of. I don't have to
You just
cheat with
admitted
him
that.
to go with
Totally
another man.
fine.
A female is different. He
You
don't got a
let
vagina.
other people,
I like pussy.
other human beings
It's two different
explore
things,
your
baby.
sexuality.
If you can't
and
handle
it's
that,
not only for your man.
that's on you. You can't handle
You
that
sound
with your
crazy
female.
right now. No, not at all.
I feel sorry
But
for whoever
listen,
you date because
Don't
At
do
the end of the
that.
day,
Come on, don't do
right?
that.
I asked him for the same respect he gave me.
You
Am
are.
I being disrespectful?
Steve.
No,
Don't
I
cam
spoke
over
what
there.
I spoke.
I understand that, but come on,
I
man.
spoke what I spoke.
We don't gotta do that. Like,
Throw
come
on
on.
the big one, Steve. 4.
So you can cancel the whole podcast because we both out.
No,
Respectfully.
that's totally fine.
Because if you don't want to hear what I got to say, then I can leave. If that was your
You outta
thing,
here, Mom.
because you did that from the
No,
beginning
you
when you didn't
cut
even
me
put
off.
me in a clip and then anything.
Hold on. Did old girl dig that cup from under the couch, drink from it, and then put it back under the couch? I just want to know if I was the only one saw that.
Oh, that's why you butthurt? You just
No,
didn't
I'm
make
not
the
butthurt
cut.
because of that. I'm butthurt
You didn't
because
make the cut for the
you
thumbnail.
don't like the fact that I have a different opinion.
No,
from
you didn't make the cut
from
for the
you. Not even
thumbnail.
from
It's just how it
everyone
is.
else. It's from you.
Many girls don't
And
make
you
the
do that a
thumbnail.
lot on your podcast.
Alright,
Because
cool.
if I was okay, keep with him, he wouldn't have a
Go ahead,
problem.
Steve. Go ahead,
Don't
make
let
that call.
people talk. He
So we
let you
can
talk.
go.
Let him.
And I let him talk. The whole time he spoke. And
Leave it
y'all
alone.
want to think about him
Let-
because y'all his people. I'm not moving.
Chat, we live. We do it live.
Nay.
Put it on one, Steve.
Nay.
They could call the cops.
No, Nay, it's not
I
worth
didn't
it. Nay.
offend nobody. I didn't put my hands on nobody. I didn't threaten nobody. We all on
Time for you to
camera.
go.
Hold on,
Steve, no.
You
Go
can
do
call
what you
him.
do. Yeah.
I don't care. He
Nay.
tripping. But we know his
Hey, it is what it is.
It was like me.
Nah, I'm good, mama.
It was nice
I'm good, mama. Don't touch me, mama. I'm good, mama. Don't
It was
touch
nice
me.
meeting you.
Nay, come on, man.
Step out.
Respectfully.
He a little bitch ass
Step
nigga.
out.
Oh,
Step out. Get up out of here. Y'all seen that, right? She poured the drink. It's all good. We do it live, chat. We do it
And you can
live.
put whatever you want on me,
Both of
baby.
y'all.
Baby,
It's all-
you put that.
The combativeness never ended. It never stopped until it reached a crescendo, and then she had to end it off with basically lightweight assault, because that would be considered assault, throwing a drink at someone or throwing something at someone. I just wanted to point out the levels of disrespect. This is how this woman is talking to a random man that she does not know. Can you imagine how she talk and act with that man that she sleep with? The constant, I got one more word, I got two more words. I'm not gonna shut up out of spite, because I know that you want me to be quiet, but I'm not going to, because I'm defiant and I'm rebellious, and I gotta prove how rebellious I am at every turn and at every, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do it. You'll never be able to de-escalate an argument with her, because he tried that. He tried that several times. Come on, let's calm down. You can't de-escalate the argument. It's gonna be an argument with a hyena. This be why a lot of times, even if a lioness speak up direct face to face to a hyena about her behavior, you'll see the lioness just kind of, it's not scary. We don't be like scared to deal with them, but there's no de-escalation. The fighting isn't gonna get my point across. Not the original point anyway. You can't de-escalate the foolishness because she going to keep on ramping up and amping up and amping up, and then it's going to take you there. So now all I could think about is snatching this chick whole ponytail off her head. Go ahead, give it her hands. Now I look stupid too at the end of it. Especially it'd be a random chick. Because it'd be like, I don't have to engage this chick. I'm probably never going to see her no more. Because that's what these chicks hope for. They get into these situations doting on the fact that you think you gotta engage them. No, you don't. And this go for men and women. This go for lions and lionesses. You ain't gotta engage them. Especially if these is chicks random out in the world, a wild hyena out in the world, and you ain't really gotta encounter her no more. Oh, baby, bye. Stonewall, whole Stonewall. The only thing we not gonna ignore is you getting in my personal space or you touching me. That will get the pause quick. Other than that, a whole Stonewall. That's the way you gotta be. As a lioness, that's the way you gotta be. Wild hyenas want to be wild. All I do is watch them. Just don't come over here with that foolishness. Do not. I promise you. I promise you're not going to like none of it. You are not going to like any of these outcomes. None of them. Stay over there with that foolishness. And 9 times out of 10, hyenas be knowing. Hyenas be knowing. They call themselves, try to do a little something, but they be seeing. Because they don't like it when you unbothered. I'm unbothered, but I'm watching. You can make all that ruckus over there in the boneyard. Don't come over here. Just do whatever you're going to do. Just don't. I bet not get touched by none of it. Thank you, Ty Box, and says simp, submissive, incompetent, maladjusted, passive. Thank you so much, Steve, for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Terenzo says Simone is herself, not Harley Quinn and Raggedy Ann. Right. Thank you, Reset. So were fake lashes, weaves, and BBLs originally LGBT? The way it's presented now, you could say that. You can make an argument for that. Women have kind of always, especially Black women, we've always kind of worn a little something, right? The way, and somebody can correct me, the way that I remember, the way that I remember BBLs even coming into existence, it wasn't even the surgery. They call it a Brazilian butt lift to try to mimic the bodies of the Brazilian women that be at Carnival. And you know them women don't have hardly nothing on, but they be fit as a fiddle. Do you understand me? Their body be tight because they be dancing all the time. So, so you dancing all the time. Your body look a certain way. It look a certain way because dancing ain't nothing but exercise with some music to it, right? So them women, the dark ones, the light ones, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, them women look good and they booty be sitting up because they working out, essentially, right? So when you get the ladies that populate Carnival and they had a big headdress on and a little skimpy thing, you know what I'm saying? They bodies look a certain way. So it was called a Brazilian butt lift. Instead of doing what them women was doing to actually get that kind of body, i.e. exercise, it just morphed into a cosmetic procedure to just kind of instantly have that kind of body without doing the work. Hence, and then BBL took off because that silhouette is attractive. The silhouette is attractive, but not the actual BBLs and them getting sloppy and looking nasty and looking crazy. Now, that's not attractive. So that was my understanding. That's how I remember BBLs kind of coming into like the thing to do. Thank you, sis. Say, is it me or is this switch here to giving Princella vibes? She trying to be cool and she not. Thank you, Quiet Faith, for becoming a member. I appreciate you.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you so much, Larry, for your super sticker as well. Thank you, Miss Lou Casely, for your super sticker. Thank you again, sis. Said, can someone say dog, cat, and box wine in her future? Thank you, Brian. Said, this chick mentioned sleepers with women too. Why do you believe masculine combative women tend to be rainbow? Because all of that is in a lost value system. When we say lost values, not only is the values themselves in the opposite order, but the values themselves are backwards. I hope that makes the value itself is backwards. It's not right. So not only when I say that, this is what I mean. All right. So we got the 10 life values, right? And we got them in a specific order, correct? And so but the values themselves are good. They are running the way that they're supposed to be. They're the way that they're supposed to be. When you think about the lost value system, not only is the value scale flipped, but actually the values themselves are the opposite of what they need to be. So when you have the feminist mindset, which really gave birth to all this leftist rainbow, all of it is backwards. That's what you get. Everything that comes from it is now backwards. So they tend to be rainbow because that's part of being backwards. I hope that made sense. All right. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Jump down into the comments section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.